A shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatabia Wa'ala coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. All right, Lord's will is edifying. But just going into our topic, being, our job is to preach and teach this word, and teaching and preaching this word is our weapon. All right, that's our fight. Okay, our fight is spiritual, and hey, the Lord is going to handle the rest. All right, we're not to take up arms. We had this bug out that came, I think it was last weekend or the weekend before that, talking about Gaza, talking about needing to rise up and basically fight the elites, and basically on some bug out shit, of the world type mentality, not understanding what the scriptures say. All right, and what does the scripture say? Well, I'm gonna bring it out. This is 2 Corinthians 10:4. It says, or verse 3. All right, it says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds." All right, so we don't war in the flesh. All right, yeah, we walk in the flesh, but we don't war after the flesh. And our weapons of our warfare are not carnal. All right, we don't have guns. We're not out here fighting and protesting. We're not here going through Esau's, law legislative system. All right. No, what are we doing? We're pushing the word. All right, we're pushing Yahweh Shem Shai, and we understand this is a spiritual battle. All right. In verse 5, it says, "Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach." And this is exactly what we're doing. All right. Hey, the scriptures say the truth shall set you free. And also this truth that's been hid for so long, all right, it's starting to flourish. All right. Faith is flourishing. And what is that doing? That's shining the light in these dark places. It's exposing who it's exposed to expose. All right, it's exposing the wicked. It's exposing this world. All right, the society. It's exposing the plans of the elites. All right, it's doing everything that needs to be done and more, just by preaching this word. All right, preaching this word, pushing this truth, pushing the truth. All right, contrary to what this world likes to preach or teach, it shows that this world is not right. All right, and it's having an effect on these elites to where they're getting scared. The scriptures talk about it. When we're standing in that great boldness. All right, it shows that they're getting sloppy, but it shows also too that they're coming to an end. Their kingdom, all right, their rulership is coming to an end, and this is all by way of what? By just preaching the word. Okay, preaching the word and heralding in the coming of Yahushai. Everything is coming to an end. All right. Now let me jump over here. This is Hebrews 4:12, and like I said, this ain't a long lesson. It's a quick hit. All right, it's Hebrews 4:12. It says, "For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword." All right, so you have to understand this word. It cuts, it hits. All right, it says, "Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and then of the joints and marrow, and as a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart." All right, this word is the greatest weapon we can have right now. All right, it's the greatest weapon we can use in this battle. Okay, bringing out again, exposing who Esau is, bringing out the truth of who we are. All right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being the true biblical Israelites. Bringing out the promises, bringing out the destiny of the heathen. Bringing out the lies and the deception that Esau has pushed on the world. All right, it's exposing, it's cutting. All right, and it's bringing truth out. And again, just by bringing this truth out alone, you see that everything is coming to a close. All right, we're seeing end time prophecies. Okay, we're seeing the MOTB system being put in place. We're seeing it almost being implemented. Okay, when that MOTB is fully implemented, what's going to happen? Well, Yahushua is going to make his return. And all this by way of what? By preaching the word. Okay, we're not fighting anybody. We're not assassinating anybody. We're not over here, getting warriors ready in the sense of fighting a carnal battle. All right, this is all spiritual. We go out, week in and week out. We might do lessons during the week, just reading Bible scriptures. All right, but it's spiritual. All right, I don't say that to say that it's light, but to this world it is. When you're just reading out of a book, to this world it might not seem like it can do much, especially to Esau. All right, if you're not talking his language, which is violence and war. All right, he doesn't take you seriously. But this is a different type of book. All right, this is a spiritual book. This book has power, and it's the book of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is the true power. And being it so, what is it doing? It's literally bringing these elites down. All right, so going back to what that dude was trying to go into, well, he doesn't understand what's going on, and really, just by preaching this word and waiting for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to send Yahushai, hey, that's all we need. All right, Hebrews 4:12 again, it says, "For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart," because this word will cut. All right, hey, this is how you decide who is right and who is wrong. This is why Esau, we bring out the scriptures on Esau, whether it be on the highways and hedges or even in general, he doesn't match up with it. All right, so when he gets exposed and he's not matched up, what do you think he does? He bugs out. All right, even to our people, when we go into the scriptures and show where they're going off, which we're supposed to. All right, that's part of the gospel is giving that warning out. But what do? They get cut. All right, they get offended. But they don't turn from their wicked ways. They continue on them. That's the majority of our people. All right. But nonetheless, this word is bringing them down. In Matthew 24:14, it says, I'll start at 13. It says, "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." And see, if we were, had some type of army, okay, some type of power, why would we need to be saved? Showing you that we need to be saved. All right, the scriptures, the Lord likens us unto worms. All right, we have no standing army. We're not a sovereign nation. All right. No, we're just simple men preaching and prophesying about Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. It says, "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." And this is the point, verse 14. "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations," which is going on right now as we speak. "And then shall the end come," showing you how powerful it is to preach this truth being at the end. All right, just by preaching this truth, reading the scriptures, bringing out the prophecies, it says what? "And then shall the end come." All right, and this is where we're at. Okay, just by preaching the truth. Okay, and then ultimately, I'll end off on this is Zephaniah 3:9. This is what's going to happen. All right, yes, Lord's will we be at that number. The scriptures talk about the fishers turning into hunters, but before that happens, okay, who's going to make his return? All right, Yahushua. Zephaniah 3:8. It says, "Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord." So does it say, go fight, go start the battle? No, we already read what we're supposed to do. All right, preach. It says, "Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." And this is what we're to do. All right, so before this, okay, before Yahushua makes his return, those nukes destroy America along with those chariot beams. All right, those laser beams from the chariot. Okay, Yahushua coming to take the kingdom. Well, before that, what do? We just warn the people. We simply warn the people. All right, we preach the truth. All right, we're out there on the highways and hedges bidding, our people for the marriage. Okay, now we know, a majority of them are gonna be the unclean. Okay, the ones that don't take heed. But hey, nonetheless, this is our job. Okay, and then what? Yahweh Shai is gonna make that return and take the kingdom. Okay, but yeah, just a quick lesson. Going into what our job is, and what really is bringing what really is our battle. Okay, our battle is a spiritual battle. Okay, and we fight the good fight of faith by praying, fasting. Okay, living a simple life, preaching and teaching. Doing our job. Scripture say it's our reasonable service. For what? To herald in the coming of Yahweh Shai. Not to take things into our own hand, but to herald in the coming of Yahweh Shai, because he's going to get that glory. He's going to take this man out of power. All right? So it's simple. Okay? But again, you have our people who think that, we're supposed to be on some type of rah-rah, and fighting and getting, taking things into our own hand. But we don't have that type of power here. All right, or we don't have that. That's not our job. All right, our power and our job is to teach this truth. That's it. Okay, Yahweh Shai is gonna take care of the rest. Hey, but again, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and a bubble bone.